Hi, this is Margie Basso, and we're here on location at Hester Creek Winery, and today I have with me Sarah Lefebvre, and we're going to talk about some of the things that are going on at Hester Creek. So welcome, Sarah. Thank you for coming and for allowing us to come into Hester Creek and learn a little bit more about what you have to offer and for your community. First off, can you tell us about your job description here?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a communications manager and event coordinator here at the winery. So I run all the social media, the website, I coordinate our wine club, and I coordinate all of our events that happen here in conjunction with the rest of our hospitality team.
And of course, there's quite a few things that are amenities that are offered here at Hester Creek, so maybe you can mention at least 3 or 4 of them that we talked about previously.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're really a full circle facility here. We've got a 6-bed and breakfast villa that sits on top of our hill, overlooking the whole valley. We also have a full-service Italian restaurant called Terrafina, which is open 7 days a week most of the season. And inside the winery itself, a huge guest center, very large wine shop, a couple of private meeting spaces, private dining room. We also have a 14-seat demonstration kitchen where we offer cooking classes throughout the season.
And of course, we're here predominantly to talk about the Garlic Festival. It was the 2nd annual Garlic Festival this year, and maybe you can give a bit of history on that.
Absolutely. So it was sort of a brainchild of our sales director. He, just as a passionate foodie, had decided that it was something that the South Okanagan was lacking, was just a real excitement about garlic. There's a number of other festivals, garlic festivals that happen in BC, but nothing in the Okanagan. And so he thought, well, let's be the innovator and start this process. So we did that last year, and we had about 1,200 people here celebrating with us on the grounds. So we had vendors, food carts, live entertainment on our grass in front of the winery, and proceeds for that went to, as far as admission, was by donation, and the proceeds went to the Oliver Elementary School Farm to Table Lunch program.
And of course, this is the 2nd annual event, and perhaps you can give us an update of how many people you are speculating to come today and some of the entertainment.
Absolutely. Well, we had the privilege of working with a couple of local media sponsorships, so we did have an ad in a couple of local magazines. We also did some radio advertising and a little bit more print advertising throughout the valley, all the way from Kelowna to Karamias, and even across the borders. So, and everybody that I spoke to last year, after the fact, that said they didn't make it, they had heard nothing but great things about it, and we're hoping to make it. So obviously we're hoping for even more people this year. We're just also hoping for no rain.
And I think, too, with the partnership with the Farm to School Salad Bar program, I know that not only some of the proceeds from the Garlic Festival go towards that program at Oliver Elementary School, but also you contribute another way, and perhaps you can elaborate on that.
Absolutely. So we decided as a management team and ownership team that we wanted to give back to the community, give back to the families of our community. So last year and this year and for a number of years for the future, we've decided to give an $11,000 donation annually to the Oliver Elementary School, to that specific program that feeds the school lunch twice a week, pretty much about eight months of the year, which is it's a great program. So if kids can't afford to participate in that program, that money assists the school in allowing those kids to participate.
And we're really excited about that as well. I mean, obviously, one of our big sponsors for that program, myself being involved in the Farm to School Salad Bar program, and I think both Hester Creek and Farm to School Salad Bar program have the premise where we want to support local, as well as making sure that children are educated on embracing local agriculture and eating local. Now, I know Terrafina has their own gardens in the back.
They do, absolutely. So this year they did mostly herbs, because it is a fairly small space, so we can't, we don't have enough space to do the tomatoes for the season or anything like that. But it's mostly herbs. There's lots of basil and tarragon and sage and all these great things that we can grow, so that they use those all season long, which is great.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Now, just maybe elaborate on the cooking classes. I know they've been quite successful, and how can somebody get more information on that, or what would it entail?
Yeah, absolutely. So cooking classes, our demonstration kitchen was built and designed by a number of British Columbia chefs, and so it was really designed as a showpiece in our facility, and thus we use it that way. And so we have local chefs come in from different catering companies or different restaurants all over the South Okanagan. And last year we did about 25 cooking classes here, and they're pretty much all sold out, which is a good good problem to have. And we're probably going to add a few more this year. We also do private classes, so if you have a group that comes in, they're a group of 10 or 12 or 14 people, and they want to come in, maybe they all want to stay at the villa and do a private class, we can do that as well. So the best thing to do is to sort of check our website come January, February, and find out what the schedule is, because that's in the winter time is when we all have time to work on the schedule for the next year. So.
And do some planning and some planning for some things for the spring and for the summer and of course into the fall. Now I know that you also, Hester Creek participates in other events such as the Grapefest. Mm-hmm. What are some other events that you participate in just to make sure that people are getting aware of some of the things that you offer as well as obviously your wines?
Yeah, absolutely. As far as in the Okanagan specifically, we're participating in the WestJet events that happen up in Kelowna for the Fall Wine Festival and the Spring Wine Festival, the Penticton Valley First consumer tastings that happen in the Fall Wine Festival, Festival of the Grape, and a number of other tasting events that happen all over the valley in sort of little pop-up places. We do a number of wine dinners throughout the valley. We do wine dinner at Bogner's in Penticton. We did a wine dinner at restaurant in Summerland a couple years ago. We did one in Kamloops this last summer. So we're popping up here and there, and if it's an event that we have the ability to sell tickets for, you can find that information on our website. And if not, the actual Spring and Fall Wine Festival, the best place to get information and events, for those festivals, is right on their website, so Okanagan Wine Festivals.
Now I think were you also participating in the Pig Out?
We were, so absolutely. As our association, our Southern Association of Wineries, called Oliver Osoyoos Wineries Association, we have 29 members in our winery association, and with that, we put together the Pig Out, which is the first Saturday in May, and then the third Saturday in May is the Half-Corked Marathon. So both of those events are very, very successful events. The Pig Out is exactly what it is. It's lots of food, lots of wine, hopefully lots of sunshine, and always live entertainment, and lots of locals, and just lots of great fun. And then we ask all the local restaurants and local caterers to join us, and we pour wine, and they provide great food, and it's a great event. And then the Half-Corked Marathon, of course, last year we had about 650 runners coming from all over Western Canada to converge on our little beautiful part of the world to run a half marathon through the vineyards, and stopping at wine stations and having a little glass of water and a little glass of wine and a little treat along the way.
And I'm really hoping that I can participate in that this year. It's really hard to get on, actually. It sells out within 4 minutes, and we're hoping we can get some more locals involved in that, because it is really tough as a local to get involved in that because it's so popular. Now, what about Freakin' Farmer? Have you participated in that before?
We haven't. This year was sort of the first year that they'd been involved this year, and next year I think our association will be quite involved with the Freakin' Farmer, and the association will take on part of the wine consumer, the wine tasting part of it for that event, in which case we will definitely participate with the association on that.
Wonderful. And now I know that within the winery itself you have some other things that are available to purchase or for people to look at. Maybe you can elaborate on some of the things that people could come in, and especially whether they're looking for Christmas gifts or birthday gifts, what they could find. Yeah,
absolutely. We probably have one of the largest wine shops in the valley. Lots of artisan food products, both local and imported, great Italian things that we get from a couple of Italian grocers up in Kelowna. Lots of locally made, great products. We have a beautiful display of cutting boards and wood products that are coming from a gentleman in Creston. I have a great selection of pottery, obviously wine glasses and wine decor, lots of Hester Creek logoed things, baseball hats, keychains, fun things like that, for just to go along with your bottle of wine for a gift for somebody for Christmas or whatever. And we can do lots of gift baskets, and got picnic baskets and all sorts of great things.
Fantastic. So perhaps maybe you can give us some hours of operation and when the restaurant will be open until. Are you going all year round? And then what about the winery?
Yeah, absolutely. So through the fall, we're open from 10 till 6 in the wine shop until Halloween. And then after Halloween, we'll be open 10 till 4 straight through until April. We'll be closed probably for a couple days over Christmas. As far as Terrafina, the restaurant, they will be open again straight through till November 1st, 7 days a week. And then as of November 1st, they'll be closed Monday and Tuesday. But then they'll also be closed fully January and February.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for all that great information. And we hope that people from Osoyoos and Oliver will come in, pop in, and say hi to Sarah at Hester Creek Winery and come and do some early Christmas shopping, and or either that or for birthday presents or for thank you gifts. This is Margie Basso with Eastlink TV. Well, that's all the time we have for today. This is Margie Basso with Eastlink Magazine, and we look forward to seeing you next week.